Hey family, it's good. It's your man Courtney Brown Jr. here at Big Boss Filmworks. Before we get too deep into this, please make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and you can leave a comment if you like also. So again, we're just talking about trying to keep in some context, following up on a kind of theme throughout our course in our entrepreneurial career and that transition out the streets and some of the people and characters we interacted with, to always be prepared, because you just never know who and when you might see as you're trying to make your business get going and get your thing off the ground. So another guy who ended up or was already kind of doing this thing that my paths just happened to cross paths with was my man Dame Dash. Now, prior to this encounter, I'd already been a fan, of their music too. With him and Jay, we're doing it Biggs, we're doing it Rockefeller Records, but obviously their whole story of three guys who all had come out of the streets, used their street savvy to end up building a record company, and then by this time they built major clothing brand, Rockaware, and actually by the time of this interaction with Dame Dash, him and Jay's business affairs had kind of went separate directions. So Dame was doing business with a company called Pro-Keds. And those old enough would know back in the day, Pro-Keds used to be a big sneaker line. And Dame had bought the company, and he had started another apparel line called CEO. So anyway, I'm in Vegas. I'm at the Magic Show at the Las Vegas Convention Center, just doing my thing going. And at this time, all the rappers were kind of doing their own clothing lines. And part of the store that I was doing at the time, our concept was kind of bringing in. So we carried a lot of Rockaware, a lot of Def Jam, a lot of Outkast, whoever was in hip hop who had a hotline, we were carrying it right then. So, and we always was a good networking opportunity out there in Vegas. So anyway, I just see the Pro-Keds. I was like, oh, Pro-Keds got their own pavilion, their own booth at Magic this year. I pop in there, and lo and behold, guess who's working his own booth? It's no sales rep in there. It's Dame Dash, and I'm like, oh shit. Dame, Mr. Dash, how you doing? And we chopped it up for a minute. I mean, again, I had already respected the guy's business acumen and his hustle, skill set, and his ability to grind, and where he started and where he got, and that he'd always, I thought, kept it real. But anyway, we chopped it up. I did place a small order with Pro-Ked. I'll get back to, even though I placed a small order, again, how you carry yourself and having yours. So I shared kind of my vision, what I was trying to do in the retail world. And I had a couple stores already in Detroit. We were looking to expand to Atlanta. He was kind of feeling where I was coming from. But on a side note, really to say something about this guy, and again, I ain't saying we're friends, but we did chop it up for a minute. Some other retailers came in. They had a big store line out of the East Coast. They had about 30, 40 stores. So it would have been a good account just for somebody to try to smooth up to. But Damon, ain't that kind of guy. So anyway, they say something to the fact that, oh, you and Jay-Z aren't doing business together anymore. And Dame's just kind of like, yeah, we, me and my man went separate ways. And they start kind of trying to egg him on just to say some disparaging things, or really kind of be nosy about him and my man's business. And he was like, Jay right down the hall at the Rockaware booth. If you got some questions to ask about that, you should. I ain't got nothing bad to say about my man. You want to talk about Pro-Keds or what? So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, this is a classy guy, man. This is a classy guy. That's just a little anecdote in the story for life, and surely for our culture. We got to get away from this love to kind of tear each other down. Sometime in business we go separate ways. That's grown man shit. That just happens. That don't mean you have to talk bad about somebody. But anyway, it was a classy guy. Again, I wrote a small order with Dame. Next thing I know, when I get to the shop 2 weeks later, it's like, I don't know. I maybe placed a $6,000 order. He sends me about $20,000 worth of Pro-Ked gym shoes. Opened me up a line of credit. Again, and it was really just based upon relationships. So he ended up selling Pro-Keds very shortly thereafter. Once he sold out of Pro-Keds, I stopped carrying the line. But another example of you just never know. And a lot of those same skill sets you guys have acquired, who are out there doing what you're doing, or whether you're in the streets, ain't been in the streets, whatever. If you're working at your salon or whatever, that people skill set, or that ability to talk to people and relate to people, you just got to put yourself in situations where you can win. Because again, people are people, and everybody really remember, everyone who's quote unquote big now, at one time they were small. So if you're talking right and you're talking good business, people always got time to talk to somebody who's talking about doing good business. So again, check us out, Big Boss Filmworks. We got some more hot content coming. Hit the like and subscribe button. Follow your dreams. Peace.